amazing trail magic at the shelter from Lost and Found. Amazing.
So it's going to be 40,
Good morning, day 20 of hiking. Fantastic stay last night at the shelter, Roaring Fork Shelter. We had two gentlemen that are teaching winter survival, and they had all kinds of trail magic for us. Chocolate and donuts and protein bars, honey stinger, waffles, and they're just great guys. They do a lot of hiking up here and they know the Smokies. Wish I met them the day before I went to the Smokies, but they're very knowledgeable. So today we're doing another 14 miles to the next shelter, which will leave us a couple of miles short of Hot Springs, which would give us an opportunity tomorrow to walk into Hot Springs and go to that famous diner for breakfast and their famous cinnamon rolls. Hope your day goes as good as mine is gonna go. Cheers. Yeah, there's no way I was gonna do those logs. So I got to a river crossing. There's a bunch of them here. Same river, probably just zigzagging around them. And followed the path. Got about, I don't know, 10 minutes up the path and didn't see any blazes. So pulled out the app, the Far Out app, that shows exactly where you are, and realized I sidestepped the trail. Got back down to that river crossing and looked around, and I can see how easy it is to go off trail like that because there's so many blowdowns. There was a blowdown right on the trail that I'm supposed to have taken, and there was just one little blaze that I saw up in the distance. So when I get to the top of that wrong route, there was an old abandoned house. I didn't get close enough to look inside. Kind of sort of didn't want to look inside. I did follow some electrical wires, some poles that had wires on there, to the house. Rather interesting. People just live out here in the deep wilderness. But he had electricity. How's this for a bridge? Love the handle. One thing I'm learning now is look left and right when you get off these river crossings. So about 10-15 minutes back, I ran into a local who was just hiking with a beautiful brown dog. And I told him about the house I saw up in the woods there, and nobody's living there. But it's actually, I said, well, is there a road or something in that area? He goes, it's Max Patch Road. So it literally travels through the mountain. I don't really recall if when I crossed over, if it was a dirt road or paved. But it'd be interesting to come up some of these roads if there's snow on the ground. Nice big campsite in there by that stream. Big camping area right here. More spots here. It's always nice to camp near a stream because you don't want to carry too much water at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's like a mini max patch.
Definitely, it's a mini max patch with less views. We got a few views over there though. I bet we go over that mountain that's behind us. I bet we end up going over that one.
Why would we? We're going this way.
Yeah. Walnut Mountain Shelter. Privy's just over the hill there. I don't think there's water here. It looks like it's a little more enclosed, a newer roof. We're heading up to Bluff Mountain. Nice place for a lunch break.
Yeah.
Any place is a nice place for a lunch break.
Any place to chill.
This is the top of Bluff Mountain. (4,680 feet). And we got trees this tall up here. And the AT logo. Not much for the views.
I don't know if bears get in wet places like that, but
Well, if you were a bear, would you want to live in there?
not really.
I don't think I want to go in there and find out.
I wouldn't go poking.
Mount Katahdin, 1924.7. Yahoo. So, got about a half mile to go to shelter. It's a 15-mile day. It's most of it was spent climbing up Walnut Mountain and then Bluff Mountain. Bluff Mountain was almost 4,700 feet. The climb and descent were just long, and I guess the word we're trying to figure out is it arduous? You're just going up for a couple hours and then you're going down for a couple hours. Very little views up there, but I think the weather got into the 50s and comfortable. There's enough places to get water, and well, we got our choice. We have a half mile to go to the next shelter, and I don't know if it's maybe 2.5 miles to go into the town of Hot Springs. And Hot Springs got completely devastated by the October Helene hurricane, and they're desperately looking for people to support the town. So I think a couple of hostels are open, maybe a diner or a restaurant. The Outfitter, I believe, is opening up at the end of the week, naturally, and I could use some fresh gear since none of my clothes fit me anymore. After a month of hiking, I've dropped quite a bit of weight. Some weight I didn't even realize I had, but it's gone. My hardest part now is to try to maintain where I am right now and not lose any more weight and get weak. So we got our choices. Looks like I'll be the first into the shelter. Take my pack off, and then we'll have a team meeting and see what we should do. There's water and camping that way. And Deer Park shelters this way. I have no idea how far it is. So this is the Deer Park shelter. An old tin roof. Limited space. Kind of rough. Privy's up the hill. The water's a 0.1 away. Let's see what they have to say. Little cemetery right off trail. Right there's the trail. 1881 to 1966, and the other one was Ina Craig, 1882 to 1940. Absent, not dead. So as you can see, pack's still on. We decided to do the 3 miles to Hot Springs. They really could use the money there. Hopefully we'll get a hostel. It's gonna be later in the day when we get there. And today's FDI, which I haven't had in a couple days. I haven't had one, but here it is. When you get your phone and you want to record something and you start talking, make sure you push the record button. Oh. It's got to be Hot Springs. Do you know the name of the river?
No.
It's flowing quite nice. I know it's a small town.
Yeah, 1.8 miles, all down.
Yeah, it's all downhill there. That's. Oh, we don't have to worry about water, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see where this path takes us. I think we've come to conclusion that that is downtown Hot Springs, which we really can't get through here. But the river's flowing. Did its damage October, what was the date? October?
It was September 27th.
September 27th. And just wiped out this whole town. And we're just talking about the resilience they have, and everything's starting to open up again. I don't know if they're hiker ready, but we're gonna find out. It's tough to see, but that's the downtown. There's only a couple of buildings there. It looks like a solar farm off to my right. And I believe that's the French Broad River. It's aqua green in color. A whole riverbed is just, looks like it's all been done over. So clean looking. 0.8 to go. That's Hot Springs, North Carolina. So we're almost there. You can see the road we're gonna get off and cross. I have no idea what to expect when we get here. All I know is in the past, this is one of the major trail towns on the Appalachian Trail, and they rely heavily on tourism. I'm sure they do the whitewater rafting also, but they rely on the hikers. There's a lot of hostels. I have no idea if any of them are open. I don't know. I don't think they're big enough to have like hotel, but a few more steps we're going to be here, and we'll see what it's going to be like. It's kind of emotional knowing from what I've seen in videos and what we're going to see where they are now. These people just, their whole world stopped, and instead of quitting, they decided to rebuild. There's the trailhead right down there. So we made it that 3 miles from the Deer Park shelter. The next shelter is 11.3 miles from here. I think we saw this at Unicoi Gap. Maybe not, I'm not sure. 1937 to 1980, still goes on. Pisgah National Forest. We made it to Hot Springs. This is the Laughing Heart Hostel, and there's a lodge behind through there. And we're pretty sure they're just not open. They never reopened.
Their website said closed for renovations.
It says it right there. I'll close for a private event. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, the lights are on there, but I don't see any cars. No idea what that says. Riverbone, 1926. Erected by. That looks like a. She's coming. She's. So supposedly the trail goes right through the center of town. We just had a little mix up when we got out of that parking lot, saw the hostels and forgot we're supposed to stay on the trail. Smoky Mountain Diner and Dollar General.
Like the ghost town.
Yeah. Everything's shut down. There's the Broad River. Here's the bridge they had to rebuild completely. Bluff Mountain Outfitters. Oh, that's going to be the new building back there. You can see all the damage that this has done. We're having one hell of a time trying to find a place to stay here. Brewery. To your left. And tacos. Hot Springs Guide Service, all being rebuilt. Brick Oven Pizza. Vinyl pies. Not even close to being ready. Nothing's. Iron Horse Station closed. Brewery and tacos closed. City Hall Sunday. Oh, there's a resort up to your left.
Where? Yeah, once the two indoors, someone was running water on top of it.
Used to be a camp back in World War I.